Welcome back to another episode of Locked On Hoops with myself, Ben, and Jammel. Man, right in the heat of summer, not a lot of NBA news going on, but how you doing?
I'm all right. Can't complain. There's a lot of good TV shows on. I saw Twister last week. There's a few other good movies out. The DNC is going on right now.
Yeah,
You know, um, I'm just waiting for I know as of this recording, today's the last night of it, but I'm just hoping that some petty drop off. I mean, not drop off, but jump off just to satisfy that palate for me.
yeah. No, I hear you. It's always gonna be something going on. There's gonna be some shots. There was some shots thrown the past couple days.
Mhm.
It's like high school politics almost
You
sometimes.
know, and we just got some breaking news. As per the Beehive, Beyonce is currently performing.
Yeah. They were like making it seem like it was gonna be something unique, but they were flashing her across. So
hmm
it is what it is.
They just had Steph Curry on giving his political thoughts, and Steve Kerr, he was on day one of it. I thought his speech was pretty insightful. Um, like I know Steve Kerr been through a lot, and politically he leans to more towards the left. But his speech, even though his coaching is questionable at times. His speech was pretty decent, and I just wanted to applaud him for that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. He's becoming more and more of a household name in different avenues, different areas. Got a TV show coming up and everything.
Jalen Brown might not feel that way, but shout out to Steve Kerr and shout out to Jalen Brown. Oh, who just released a diss song aimed at KPJ.
Mm.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, really. That's a new one.
ASAP Ferg is on it. Jalen Brown, he's on the intro and the first verse. On a scale of 1 to 10, or what do you think is better? You not hearing the song, Jalen Brown's dribbling ability or his rapping ability?
uh yeah, I would say his rapping ability. Yeah, I'm good.
Mm.
Yeah, I would not have ever imagined that. That's the first for me too.
And the funny thing about it, his verse was trash, just to be honest with you. I'm just calling like it
It's
is,
the
but
color like you see it.
it, but he made mention of Kaiser, her with her domestic situation. And I'm just like, if she said he didn't do it, which is probably bullshit. Like, why would you even
Yeah,
allude to that again?
yeah, yeah. That's not even worth bringing up. That's just one of those things you just leave alone.
Facts, man. He got the girl. He got one of the biggest contracts in NBA history as of last year. He just won the championship. Um, he's been beefing with Team USA all summer. So I mean, like he's clearly won in life. KPJ's just fighting his way back into the NBA. So
Right.
Jaylen
True.
Brown won.
Yeah, yeah. True. Yeah, man. The beef and the back and forth. Like, man, you shouldn't even be thinking about any of this stuff, man. You should be on an island somewhere with your toes in the sand. I mean, like, who cares? Now, not being on the Olympic team, I know that you definitely feel some type of way about that. But hey, Steve Kerr not gonna be the coach. I think it was reported that he was done. So hey, maybe 2028, you'll get your shot.
Who do you think might be a good replacement for Steve Kerr?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, I mean, obviously, I think you would put uh, the Celtics coach in the running just because he recently won a championship. I think you would put him there. I think you could also put, you know, put Jason Kidd there, maybe. Maybe Spoelstra takes over, but he was already on the staff, so I mean, might as well.
There's no love for Coach Calipari. I think it's time for him to.
Hmm. Okay, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I mean, he's been in the game for a long time, man. Coached a lot of the
He coached most
current
of
and
this
former.
anyway. So
Right, right, exactly. So, and maybe I don't know if maybe you don't want to take that on because I don't think he's ever been involved, right?
I mean, and like he should have from like 28 to be honest with you. But
Yeah, and
yeah,
no, that's not a bad idea. I would definitely roll with that.
facts. But now that would be a thing of fantasy, and the only time you can really do that is in a world of fantasy in video games such as NBA 2K that's slated to release in 2 weeks. They have three covers, the Hall of Fame with Vince Carter. Then they have a dual cover with Asia Wilson and Jason Tatum, and a cover with just Jason Tatum. Ben, I know you don't play, but what would get you back into the games again?
Oh man, if somebody donated a system to me, I would definitely get back on it.
All right.
But I don't know. This college football it's kind of got me thinking was when I seen that was coming out because I know we're not talking about football, but that was a classic game that definitely I was still thinking and contemplating getting back on the sticks. But I would say the other man that NCAA March Madness. I don't know if you ever played that, but that's another one of those man that if they could somehow get that and tie that to NBA 2K, definitely with the college one out, I may do it then.
Man, like I think like 2K should just, make like EA Sports an offer just to have the name of NBA Live and like all their other basketball properties. And if they can acquire like the college rights and do the same thing as they did for football, but for basketball, I
Yeah,
think that might be the greatest game ever.
yeah, yeah. That would be dope. I mean, all you got to do is basically just alter it and put college names on it. I mean, I think you could definitely do that. I mean, that would take that whole franchise even bigger because then you have the name and image and likeness now, so it's easy. It would be easy to do that. So I would love to see it.
Facts. I remember back in the NBA Live days, we used to like create like players from the draft class that just happened, like in the middle of the summer while that was happening. We would like create those players and put them on the teams where they supposed to belong, and we would like preview the the new basketball game for the new year on the old one. That shit was dope.
Yeah, yeah,
It took a
no,
it it took a lot of time though.
yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And I think they've been working on this college football for so long, getting all the names entered in and everything is not it's not easy.
Facts, man. So I know you're retired on the sticks now, but like what were some of your favorite NBA games coming up?
Yeah, yeah. So
And what
definitely,
system did you play?
yeah. So way back, started off on Nintendo. I don't think there was a video a basketball game NBA. If there was, I probably didn't play it. And then Sega NBA Live. That first NBA Live, which wow, the graphics from then to now is leaps and bounds because that now if you played that it would be terrible. But back
Which year
then
did you start?
it was 95.
Okay, 95.
Yeah, yeah. So that was dope. I mean, that was the beginning, and obviously NBA Jam. You mainly played that at the arcade and everything, but it was it was crazy. I mean that the he's on fire. We still use that kind of stuff today. The kind of 2-on-2 that was different. So that would definitely be my I would say be my top two right there.
I really started to buy the arcade game one time, but then I seen like how much space that sucker takes up. I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah. But they and interesting, they have an old school kind of arcade here in Dallas. And they got NBA Jams as one of the games. So as soon as I went in there, it was kind of like a date night with my wife. And we went in there and I was like, the first thing I went to was NBA Jams. It's still got that nostalgia. I don't think you could necessarily bring it back, but it definitely has that nostalgia to it.
Was it like the old players from like back then, or was it like today's players, but NBA Jam style?
Nah, it was the old players. I mean, it was going back to with the old Magic with Scott Skiles and Shaq and Penny and now I didn't have Jordan. I think that was during that era where he wasn't in any of the games. So it was basically like Pippen and somebody else. So yeah, that was a real time for video games, kind of the the peak, if you will.
Did you play NBA Streets? I think that was on PS2.
Yeah, I did play NBA Streets. I did. I was kind of researching and looking up all the old names, but I did play NBA Streets. That was nice. I think for how long it lasted. Similar to there was the NFL version of that too. I think it was called NFL Streets or
Yeah, it was. Was it Blitz?
Blitz. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Blitz.
that was a different feel. It wasn't hardwood going up and down the court, and it had a different feel to it.
You know how nutty me and my friends were? Like we would play like NBA Live during the actual school year. Then like after the finals, we would play nothing but NBA Street, like how they do in real life.
Yeah, yeah,
And then once the season start, go back to NBA Live again.
yeah, yeah. No, that's what's up. Yeah, and yeah, I was like that too. I mean, we wanted to play the teams that were going on. Obviously, you want to play with your favorite teams, but you wanted to play during the season. So then you kind of got real time because it wasn't internet wasn't like it was. You didn't have a lot of advancements, but yeah, you definitely wanted to have it match up.
What was your go-to team on NBA Live? But tell us
It
the year
was
though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was definitely the Bulls, even if Jordan
Oh,
was on it or not.
so you was
Uh,
cheating.
yeah, I was a Bulls fan, and then I will also go Charlotte too. That I kind of like Charlotte. A lot of my family's from North Carolina, so kind of did that. And that was kind of like 96, 96, 97.
All right, so like when you were playing the game, like say if you was playing against like somebody else, could you play with the team that you liked in real life, or was it different than in the game? Because like with me, if if I'm playing somebody in NBA 2K, I can't use the Knicks because I'm gonna get cooked.
Yeah, no, I played with the team I liked. I mean, unless people would be like, all right, we just gonna pick random teams
Like
and we
real
just
ones be doing.
right, right, right. Yeah, we just gonna pick random teams. But nah, I played with who I wanted to, but most of the time it was Bulls. So yeah. But that
All
was
right.
good times, man. Good times.
I think the team like I play with against, I mean that I play with the most in NBA Live is going to surprise people. It wasn't the Knicks. I definitely couldn't play with them back then. Like, no, like the only time I would play with the Knicks was, you know, when was during my season mode pretty much.
Yeah.
I when I just traded the whole team and just put whoever I wanted. Um, but yeah, the team I used to play with, it wasn't the Knicks. It was the New Jersey Nets. Jason,
Yeah, I had a feeling you was gonna say that.
I used to love their style of play. Kid was my favorite player. I think I played with them from like Live oh 01 because no wait, I don't think he was on there on the Nets on that one. From like Live oh 02 until I stopped playing live in oh 06 when they just fucked it up.
Yeah, it just went off a cliff.
After but yeah, that was my team against regular people. Then I always then I used to play with the Nuggets too.
Oh, okay.
That team was nice. I used
Yeah.
to cook with them.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
people
that
back
makes
then,
sense.
yeah, and people back then, like they used to like to play with Shaq because he was hard to stop and just
Right.
cheat with him.
Right.
Boy, boy, I used to shut Shaq down with the Nuggets.
Yeah, man. Hey, that was a good time, and I was even during that time where they added the I don't know what year, but they added the dunk contest, and
Yeah, that
that's
was live '05. That was probably my
probably
favorite
towards
live
the end. Yeah,
next.
but that was a nice feature. I mean, you had to hit like up, down, left, right, A B A B. You know, they doing flips and dunks, and I mean that was another nice year.
I barely used the dunk contest feature. I played with it like a couple times, but I was just more into like the real life aspect of it and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, it when 2K came out and they just took it and ran with it. Now it's not even nothing could even compare. And even if something came out, it just wouldn't be able to mess with it.
No, and it's a shame because NBA Live used to be like the pinnacle of, games. I used to love hearing that EA Sports intro.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That was great. That was a great time, man. And that EA Sports. I mean, I was a sports nut, man. So I had every game besides NHL. I mean, I had all the games, and yeah, that was a classic run. So we'll never get that back.
I think Knockout Kings was like the hardest EA Sports game in the world.
Yeah, that was definitely up there, and it had the like the comical part to it, and it brought you like in the ring. So that was another one of those games that really came with it, and it was probably the most realistic boxing game ever. Well,
Boy,
not yeah,
boy, boy, people will cook me in that.
yeah. And they show you get knocked out, and you going down to the mat slowly, and you like shaking on the ground. Yeah,
I think like that was one of the hardest games I ever played in the original Gran Turismo on PS1.
yeah. I hated that game. Like
I think
I
that
was
was
like, why did I even buy this? Because
I
I'm
think that
not.
was one of the first games I got with PlayStation. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick to Crash Bandicoot and call it a day.
Man, that Crash Bandicoot, that was another classic one. That one and Tekken. I mean, like, man, that was the era when you came home from school or and did your homework and you was right there on the sticks. It was a good time.
What system did you have?
So I had obviously like I said, Sega. I had a Dreamcast for a minute. That didn't really pan out that well. Then PlayStation 1 and 2, and that was it.
Oh, so you tapped out early then. You didn't even get
Yeah,
four
yeah,
or
I was early. Yeah, once I got out of college, I was on them for a minute. I think it was what 2004 and 5, and then after that, it was I don't know. I think it broke, and I just never placed it or fixed it.
man, like when I was growing up, like everybody used to come over to my house because like I basically had like all the systems all at the same time. Like I had the first PlayStation, N64, and I had a Dreamcast, like all three in my rotation.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were living, you were living your best life, man.
and then I had what was the other one? GameCube, I think.
Yeah, that was like Nintendo's kind of version of Dreamcast. I think what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I barely played with that, but then like after a while, I just got tired of everything. Like, no, what, I'm just stick to one, and I just been PlayStation
Yeah,
through and through. So. And I never owned the Xbox.
Yeah, me either. I just couldn't do it. I was a PlayStation guy, and then the buttons were different, and I knew people that had it, but I was like, it was too late in the game. Like I'm
Mhm.
just gonna stick to PlayStation.
All right, so like if you were still an active player, who is one person that you would want to see on the cover of, NBA 2K that hasn't been on it or you think deserves that sort of shine?
Mm. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look up and see who's on all. I mean, obviously, I was gonna say Iverson, but he was
Yeah,
on
he
one.
was like, yeah, he was on like the first
Yeah,
2Ks.
I would say Kyrie. Kyrie's not on any of them. Now it's probably too late now, but I think Kyrie. Obviously Luca. Luca's not on one either. So either one of
He'll
those
be on
two.
one too. He'll
Yeah,
probably be
it
on
would be
one
on one soon. It's only a matter of time for Luca. But I think yeah, Kyrie. I mean the years he was having, he should have been on one already
For me, I would do like the Fab Five in the college football game, put them on the cover.
altogether.
Yeah, I think it would be
That's a great idea.
a dope collab. I doubt if it ever happens, but in my imaginary world where I'm just floating on clouds, uh, the Fab Five is on my NCAA video game cover. And then the NBA for NBA 2K. I was thinking about this one a lot, but I would have Clyde Frazier on it from the Knicks.
Mm, I could definitely see that.
Well,
I'm
at
not
least for the
shocked
Hall of
at all.
Fame. Well, at
Yeah,
least for the Hall of Fame edition. You know how they do the Hall of Fame and the regular one.
right. No, I agree. I think that would be great. I mean, a legend. I mean, and they could. I think they should even do. Bringing you saying that they should even do one for each like major city. So if you do Knicks, you do a Walt Frazier, you do uh Celtics, you do Bill Russell, and kind of that would even be doper. You just do it for each kind of major city, major team. Put like a legend on the cover. I'm sure they would sell tons of those. People going to different cities to have to go get it and all that. That would probably cause mass, like some Jordans dropping back in the day.
There's been too many Celtics on the 2K covers for me, so we don't need to see.
We don't need any more.
Even going back to NBA Live, I think Antoine Walker was like the first one that like I remember buying with my own money. I
Man,
think that was him.
might have been.
Or was it
I'm gonna
Paul
look it up.
Pierce? This was like Live 98 or 7. Damn, I used to know like all the cover athletes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was Antonio Walker.
Yep, and then
That was 99.
okay, so he was 99 and Tim Duncan was 2000. Steve Francis was 01. No, KG was 01. Steve Francis was 02. Kid was 03.
Yep.
04 was shit, I think it wasn't Carmelo.
Vince. Yeah, Vince was 04 and Carmelo was 05.
Oh yeah, fuck, I mixed them up. But yeah.
And then Kyrie was 2014. So he was that. I think that was the last because
Man,
they tried to bring it back, but
it just wasn't the
didn't work.
same. I saw that they brought like the lead engineer over to 2K, so that's probably what really killed them.
Yeah, yeah, but it was I mean for when it was out and getting was good, it was huge.
Hmm. Oh, and before we go, we have to extend our condolences to the family of Al Attles, the Hall of Famer. The Hall of Famer recently passed away on August 20th. He was 87 years old, Hall of Famer for the Golden State Warriors. He's a former champion. He coached the All-Star game twice. Rest in peace to him. Do you have any memories or anything you would like to say?
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. I used to work downtown Oakland, and they had a kind of a, I guess it was a restaurant or a bar, and it had Al Addles kind of like picture and signature, and he was a huge staple in the Bay Area. So shout out to him, rest in peace, and yeah, till we meet again.